What's up, guys? Coming back at you with another video, and I'm sure you can tell by the title that today we will be installing supermoto wheels on the Suzuki DRZ, part of the supermoto conversion. These are Warp 9 Elite wheels. They are 17 by 4.25. Be changing to a 44 tooth sprocket. Don't know, might go a little bit smaller on that, but we'll see how that works out. These wheels are in really nice shape. They have Shinko, I think they're called Podium 0600s or Podium 006 tires. They're pretty much brand new. I found this as a Facebook Marketplace deal, actually. Someone was selling them for 550 bucks with the tires. And yeah. Got the oversized rotor with the caliper relocation bracket. Overall, super excited to get these on the bike. So I guess we'll get into it. Let's see here. The rear is pretty straightforward to swap wheels. Basically, what you do is you gotta take this cotter pin, bend those back, pull it out, take the nut off there, and then you kind of hammer it through and it comes out the other side, and then you can take the chain off and then you can slide the wheel out so we can pick back up whenever I get to that point. So I got the back wheel off, pretty straightforward. Take the axle out, that's all the stuff that comes with it. Using those pliers to straighten out your cotter pin, and then I just got a big adjustable wrench. And yeah, it's time to put new wheels on. Also, something that makes this a ton easier is I always take and use a big pry bar and push out the rear brake pads, because that is a huge pain trying to fit that stuff back in there. But other than that, we'll see how this goes. So there it is. Rear supermoto wheel is on. And I think it looks pretty awesome. It is always a fight to get the big tires on. I mean, these aren't even that big. These are 150s. But the best method that I've found for doing this is you slip the brake caliper out of the little bracket that's on here, slide the wheel in, and then you put the brake caliper back on while the wheel is still out of the axle, but the tire and everything is past that, because it gets to be a tight fit between the chain slider and the caliper and the tire. So once you get the wheel in, then you put the whatever it's called, the caliper and bracket, and then line everything up, put the axle through. Something else good to do at this time that I did is to grease your axle up. It's a good time to clean it and make sure everything's running smooth down there. But yeah, I'm excited. I think it looks great. So now we can move on to the front. This is also pretty self-explanatory. Got two, I think 12 millimeters right here, two on this side. Loosen all four of those up, and then you loosen this guy up, and then the axle will slide out of the wheel and you can take everything apart. Also, because we have the big rotor on this, we're gonna have to take all this apart and put on the rotor, or the caliper relocation bracket, I think it's called. So yeah, I'll get started on that. Also, back here, 44 tooth sprocket, and I think I have a 14 up there right now, which I would be changing out to a 15 to give it a little more top end for highway use. So all this isn't, I haven't tightened any of this up yet. So I'll show you guys the process of changing that, and then we can tighten up the rear wheel later. So yeah, on to the front. Alright guys, so got the front wheel off and have the caliper off, ready to put on the relocation bracket, but I'll be waiting to do that until we put the supermoto wheel inside of here, because it is substantially easier again to fit the wheel in whenever you don't have the bracket mounted fully. And another thing to note, whenever you're swapping your S to SM, is this right here is the speedo drive that tells you how fast you're going. If you want to use your stock computer still, you have to get the speedo drive for the supermoto. So the SM DRZ400SM came factory with one of these as well, and you have to get the one that's correct for the SM model to fit onto the wheels. But since I am going to be using a Trail Tech and getting rid of this dash, I'm just going to be removing this cable right here. It's basically just a cable that spins inside of there, and unhooking all of this, and just to get rid of some of that clutter. And yeah, I'll pick back up whenever we've got the supermoto wheel in and we have the relocation bracket on. Alright guys, just got done with the bike. This is the original speedo drive cable that I took off because, as mentioned before, I'm going to be doing the Trail Tech dash on it. And these are the stock S wheels. Have those for sale currently. Don't have them sold yet, but hopefully soon. And yeah, here it is. I'd say that is a substantial improvement from what it was before. Do a little walk around. Couple things to note. This right here, you're gonna have a good time with this. Basically, I had to take out the brake pad on that side to have enough clearance to slip the caliper over the rotor, or I was gonna have to undo all the rotor bolts, slip the caliper and bracket on, and then tighten up the rotor, put everything back together. I just decided to take out one of the pads and put it back in. Another thing to note is whenever you put this together, you want to make sure you use Loctite. I was riding with a friend of mine on the Blue Ridge Parkway, and one of his caliper mounting bolts actually came off. So you do not want that. Yeah, pretty happy with it. Also, had a big ugly bracket right here. Got to get rid of that. Kind of cleans up the whole bike. And yeah, any questions anyone has, just hit me up in the comments. I don't mind helping people out. Share some of my knowledge with you guys. But yeah, overall, very excited. We'll be taking her for a first test ride here soon, the supermoto wheels. But that's it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all later.